All right, all right. Welcome back to No Filter MMA. This is your boy BJ back with another post fight review. UFC 309 or 308, whatever we own. I don't know which one we own. Okay. But I know that Viviane Araujo and Karine Silva just brawled it out in there. First round, man. Uh, First round, Karine Silva came out just with that hulking pressure. She came out just stalking Viviane Araujo down. This is the first time in any of Araujo's fights that I've seen her actually. You actually seen her. You could actually tell that she used to be a strawweight. You know what I'm saying? Earlier tonight, you could see in the Eduardo Mora and Veronica Macedo fight. Eduardo Mora, how in the hell did Eduardo Mora fight at 115? This girl made Veronica Macedo look small in there. And that was wild. But back to this fight, Karine Silva, when her and Viviane Araujo were in close space against the cage, she made Araujo look small, man. That's the first time I've seen Araujo look small like that. But she was just coming forward with those kicks, man, and those big punches, man, like just big clubbing punches. She gets a lot of girls with those punches, man, coming forward like that. And her style and her game plan is very effective if she can keep it up, And she hawked Viviane down. Viviane was doing a good job of staying on her bike, using good foot movement, and counter striking against counter striking Karine Silva. Um, I feel like Viviane was being very overly cautious of Karine, which is good. I mean, which a lot of people haven't been, which is why she's went in there and clubbed a lot of people down. But Viviane was being very cautious, very mobile, staying on her bike, trying to land those big counter punches when Karine would either kick or punch or miss or something like that. But at one point in the first round, Karine Silva caught Viviane Araujo. And man, Viviane did not like getting hit, man. And that just lets you know how hard that Karine Silva hits, man, because Viviane's been hit. Viviane's been hit a lot, but I've never seen her unless my mind is playing with me right now, I've never seen her stumbled like that. You know what I'm saying? And with those big looping punches, Karine Silva stumbled Viviane Araujo. And Viviane had to get out of there, man. She had to get out of there. And then next thing you know, boom, Karine grabs Viviane and gets her down, you know what I'm saying, and muscles her down. But I knew once it got to that space, once it got to those grapple exchanges, I knew it would be interesting because Viviane Araujo can grapple. That is what she's known for. People want to say, well, she doesn't use it. Exactly. That's her own fault for not using it like she should. But I knew that Karine Silva would not be able to dominate Viviane Araujo in the grappling. But anyways, we move on to round two. And round two, it just gets more and more squirrely, man. But Viviane Araujo, Karine, I give the second round to Karine Silva. She got Viviane Araujo down, and she made it difficult for Viviane. Like they start throwing up submission attempts on each other. And then when I seen that Karine Silva was really wanting to hold on to Viviane Araujo, I said, okay, Viviane is going to end up getting tired. I knew that because when you grapple, when you force Viviane to grapple, and then y'all get back up out of that, she's always tired each and every single time. And they were throwing up submission attempts on each other and holding on to each other. So I give the first round. I don't really know I don't even know which round I gave. I think I gave the first round to Viviane. Then I gave the second round to, the first round to Karine, and then the second round to Viviane. But Viviane was doing a good job, man. She almost had this arm bar. She was landing some good ground and pound. Like she was landing some good punches in these clinch situations. But round two was close, but I think Viviane Araujo, I think she edged round two. Then you come out in round three, man, and then they're both just tired. Like both of them are just tired. I did not expect to see Karine Silva that tired though. I guess, like the commentators were saying, when you end a lot of fights early, and then somebody forces you to go to distance in a hard fight like that, you can see that. But she was in there with Viviane Araujo. It was a blessing that she was in there with Viviane. Because if she was in there with somebody who's like a 3-round fighter, somebody who doesn't get tired from grappling and fighting and punching and all that stuff, like Karine Silva could have got knocked out in there. You know what I'm saying? Because that third round was sloppy, and Viviane edged her out in the third round. Viviane was landing some big shots, opened up the face of Karine, swelled up Karine's face. Um, Karine was much more open, and she was less dangerous when she was tired. And Viviane exposed, even though Viviane was tired, Viviane used to being tired in there. In the third round, like, that's Viviane out of Rio, period. But Karine Silva got real messy and real sloppy in that third round, laying on the ground, not getting up. She got real sloppy in that third round. And Viviane takes home the win, you know. I was talking with Combo while this fight was going on, and that man was not happy whatsoever. Karine takes her first loss. She takes her first UFC loss, and she got taught a lesson that night. Like, you can't just do that to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like she should have kept it on the feet with Viviane, because she had Viviane respecting her on the feet in the first round for sure. Viviane got hit and got wobbled. Like I said, I ain't never seen Viviane wobble. And Karine, instead of keeping it there and landing those big devastating shots, she wanted to tie it up and grapple with Viviane. And so that's somebody who's known for grappling, who's a strong BJJ artist themselves. So that was a mistake that Karine Silva made. But it is what it is. She loses. And Viviane Araujo gets back in the win column, which is good. I'm happy to see her back in the win column after losing to Natalia Silva. She didn't fall to both of the Silva girls. But Viviane she holds on to her top 10 spot, man. You gotta give her some respect for that. I used to rag on Viviane earlier in the UFC run by saying she kind of got thrust into the top 10 kind of prematurely, but some way, somehow, Viviane's been able to hold on to her ranking, man. So you got to kind of give her that respect a little bit. But Karine Silva, man, Karine Silva's in for a rude awakening, because everybody's not going to get finished that easily. Like, you can't just finish everybody like that at 125 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got to you got to go the distance sometimes, and you got to beat your opponent up over the course of 3 rounds. So, I mean, what's next for both of them? What's next for Viviane Araujo? Maybe Rose Namajunas? Maybe a fight with Rose Namajunas, since Rose just lost to Aaron? Araujo can fight Rose Namajunas. And what's next for Karine Silva? I see a fight brewing with Casey O'Neill for Karine Silva. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see a brawl with Casey O'Neill. So I think that'll be a great fight for Casey O'Neill to move up in the rankings. I think it'll be a good fight for Karine Silva to try to work on being a 3-round fighter, because it's going to be hard to get Casey O'Neill out of there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just going to submit Casey O'Neill like that. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. But let me know what you think about the fight. This is your boy BJ back from No Filter, man. It was a strange fight. Strange fight, kind of. It's strange game plan from Karine Silva. And it didn't work out in her favor, man. But anyways, let me know what y'all think. This is your boy BJ back from the Filter MMA. Drop those comments in the comment section. Hit that like, hit that dislike. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And your boy is out.